Hello from Finley Truck and R&V. Today we're going to be touring a 2019 Keystone Cougar fifth wheel. Currently looking at the nose of the fifth wheel. We've got the awning and all slides out. Docking lights are on. Breakaway cable. Standard 7-pin hookup here. Your docking lights. Controls are right here. Inside, you have the battery box. Spare tire. And there is a light just up above in here. Moving on around into the first of two propane compartments. Regulator is on the other side to toggle between tanks. I will point that out over there. Looking up, we have our awning light, exterior speakers. Nice big pass-through compartment here. Light with switch on the bottom here. That is for the computer system that controls on the interior of the coach. Have an outlet, cable hookup. Another outlet. Stairs here fold up and push in. And you simply pull them out like so. Just back behind your low point drains. You want to pull those caps off the bottom. There's two for the cold side and the hot side. When winterizing this unit, you want to make sure you take those off for anytime you want to drain the system of water. Once you've done so, you'll pull those caps off and it'll let everything else out. Moving onward, new tires. Slide out looks good, slide out floor looks good. Onto the back side. Big compartment door. Locks with the 751 key. Holds itself open with shocks. Storage up above. Push button light. There's also a switch back here for accent lighting. Up above. An outlet. Exterior refrigerator. And there is a grill with the propane line. Tucks back here. You'll want to take this end here, and just down below is your hookup right here. You pull this cap out, make sure that your lever is parallel with the line, push up, shove that line in there, and you'll be able to fire the grill up. The grill does have instructions on it, pretty self-explanatory. Comes with wind guards here, and your instructions right there. Because I don't have it plugged in currently, I am not going to try and light it. But once your propane is connected, you'll just follow the instructions right there. Just fold back in, and it just slides back in like so. Continuing onward, you come to the rear of the roof access ladder. Got your 50 amp hookup right here. It does have a storage rack back here. This will fold up. You remove that pin, orient vertically, and your pin's here. When you're not going to be using it, you'll move the pin over to this slot right here. Pops off for your sewage hose. And back on. Continuing onward, we come to our fresh tank fill right here. We'll just pull that cap off, put your hose in, fill your fresh tank drain just down below. You'll want to pull out right here and you'll drain your fresh tank. There is water in the fresh tank right now, just an FYI. We do have our stabilizer jacks down, auto level system. I'll show you that up in the front compartment as we make our way around here. One of 3 slide outs, or the second of 3. Right here we have rear fridge access, which just simply pops off. Back there you can control propane flow to the fridge. Fridge works on both electric and gas. Currently have the gas line open. We are running on the electric side. You can leave the propane side open and run on electric. It gives you the option on the fridge itself to run on auto or to select one or the other. Moving onward, we come to our sewage. Have a gray tank valve pull back here. You want to make sure you pull the sewage cap off prior to pulling your tank valves. Furnace exhaust. The furnace is running. This will be hot. You just want to be mindful of yourself, children, pets, etc. Next door, we have the water heater access. Water heater does work on both gas and electric. When you're running on the gas side, flame will be right here. When you're running on the electric side, you will need to make sure that this switch is toggled on, as well as selecting it on the interior computer. Up here is a reset. When you're going to be draining the water heater, a 1 1/16" socket will take that anode rod out. You'll want to bleed off the pressure first by opening this valve until no more water is draining. Then you'll pull your anode rod here and you will be able to drain that water heater out. On the other side of that pass-through compartment, I do have this panel currently pulled off just to show you. You do have access to the plumbing for the water panel, as well as the water pump, which is right here. There are instructions for the ground control 3.0 auto level system, which is just behind me. I will show you that in just a moment. First, I want to show you the water panel here. I do have an outdoor faucet. Hooks up here with the hose. This top side here is going to be a winterization port. You just want to hook up a hose to that and you can pump through antifreeze through the system. You want to make sure that you've drained the water heater prior to doing that, and then switch this valve over to the on position, so we're bypassing that water heater, not sending any water into it. Down below is going to be your city water connection. City water connection, you will want to make sure that you have this lever right here pointing towards the city water connection. Currently I have it down, which is pulling from the fresh tank. And then on the very bottom here, we do have a tank flush. You can hook up a hose to that, shoots water directly into your tanks and allows you to flush them out. Always a good idea to make sure your sewage cap is open, or to be monitoring how long it has been and how much water is in those tanks so they do not backflow. Down below we have a black tank pull valve and another gray tank pull valve. And we've got our satellite prep right here, and the battery disconnect, which is currently on. You'll want the battery disconnect on when you're using the camper, meaning that we are using power from those batteries. When you are going to be away, you will simply want to turn this lever, turn that dial to the off position, pull that key out, and the batteries will be disconnected from the unit. Moving on, turning our auto level system on. I do have the jacks down. Currently states ready, jacks down. To retract them, we will want to hit this retract button and we can hit our rears. You can hear it running. It's pulling those rears up. Let's say we have them all the way up. We've just unhooked from the truck or vehicle that we are pulling with. Start fresh here. Let's say we just turned it on. We just dropped the trailer. You'll want to just go ahead and hit that auto level button and it will go ahead and do its thing. You can enter a manual mode over here should you want to, as well as make simple manipulations. You can also control the jacks over here as well. Moving onwards. Come to that other propane tank compartment where the regulator is. Your selector will be right here. As I mentioned, we were currently running off of the tank over on the other side, so I have it pointing to the line that runs across the way. If you're going to be running from the tank that's over here, you would just simply flip that over and you would be good to go. Stepping back. This concludes the exterior tour of the 2019 Keystone Cougar fifth wheel. Thank you.